Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenitton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. So today, we're gonna be talking more about spoilers. Day 5, I believe, of spoiler season for Curious Journey. Today we were spoiled some Freljord cards. Not sure how long this video is gonna be. Probably gonna be a relatively short video. No new champion, no new keyword, just some new cards. The cards do seem to be hinting towards the new Freljord champion, which is most likely going to be Udyr from seeing these cards. So it seems like we're going to get two Freljord champions, just a pure Freljord champion in the form of Udyr, and then a Freljord Bandle City champion, multi-region champion in the form of Gnar. So great for Freljord players. I'm not a big Freljord player outside of maybe Freljord Shadow Isles occasionally, but seems nice. So yeah, not sure how long this is going to be because we only have 2 pages of cards. I think there's only maybe 4 or 5 cards spoiled today, but let's go and have a look anyway. There's a lot to talk about as well, even though there aren't that many cards. So, got a nice like mechanic here with these cards. Not like a new keyword, but kind of a check at the end of the round where the cards check if you pinged, basically if you damaged your opponent's nexus, and if you did so, do thing. I think there's only 2 of them, the Merkwolf Shaman and this Mammoth Shaman, so it seems like maybe Udyr will have something to do with if you have damaged your opponent's Nexus, maybe he will transform, or maybe he'll shift his stances if I remember my Udyr correctly. So that could be cute. Plunder seems to like these cards. Scargrounds maybe could like these cards. They are relatively high health. Some have regeneration too. But yeah, I could see Plunder like Gangplank, Sejuani, but maybe you switch from maybe you add in Udyr over, say, Gangplank or Sejuani. The problem with that is you wouldn't be able to play Yordle Grifter if you play too many Freljord cards, so that would be a little iffy. Anyway, though, first card, Merkwolf Shaman. 4 mana 3/3, regeneration. Okay, that's kind of bad. 4 mana for a 3/3 is not a good stat line, but it's not unplayable. It needs to have something good about its text, though, if you're going to play a 4 mana 3/3. Regeneration's okay, but its health is not that high for a 4-drop. 3 health is not great, and regeneration wants to have high health totals. For example, think about Trundle. At the end of the round, if you've damaged the Nexus this round, transform me into Merkwolf Rager, who is a 4 mana 5/5 with regeneration that says when I transform, draw a unit. Okay, so that is a good card. That's insanely good. So you're playing a weak card which has some strong upside. Merkwolf Shaman is weak. By turn 4, dealing 3 is not difficult to do. You are in Freljord, so for all these like round end kind of cards, you do have access to things like Troll Chance, Ironborn or Iron Elixirs, I think is the card. Freezes as well. 3 Sisters to give you Fury of the North. So there's some protection, so it's not going to be that hard. The real problem will be getting that ping on the enemy nexus, getting that damage on the enemy nexus to play this on curve. So you'll have to have something that you've done on turn 1, 2, or 3, like getting a unit to get through some damage. So elusives, overwhelms, just things that will ping when they attack. So Crackshot, Corsairs, Misfortunes, things like that. I like it. It's interesting. Sejuani decks probably like this too. They like the whole damaging the Nexus stuff. We kind of have a card like this already in the form of the Ursine guy, Ursine Spirit Walker. Ursine Spirit Walker, though, is a plunder. So it makes me think like maybe these guys were plunder instead of a round end trigger sometime in development, and they decided it's too strong if it's just plunder. Ursine Spirit Walker, if you don't remember, is the 5 mana 4/6 that says plunder. I transform into Stormclaw Ursine, which is like a 5 mana 6/6 with overwhelm that gives your other 5+ power units overwhelm as well. It sees a little bit of play every now and again in, say, Scargrounds sometimes over Targaz, whatever his name is. But yeah, like this compared to that is a lot weaker. Like having to survive the turn is very, very tough. But honestly, like I don't think your opponent will throw out too much removal on this because while it's annoying if your opponent does flip Merkwolf Shaman into the Rager, it's not game losing. Sure, 5/5 regen is really annoying. Garen is a good card. No one plays Garen at the moment, and for lots of reasons. Mostly because one reason is the kind of Demacia deck you would want to be in isn't that good. Mid-rangey style, just mid-rangey, kind of big-ish Demacia is kind of bad. And for a champion, he doesn't do that much until he levels, of course, in which case he's great. If he levels, he's great. But taking up the champion slot is kind of bad. It's one of the reasons why Diana wouldn't see too much play before she got her buff, because Diana, while a good card, taking up a champion slot is a bad thing. And Merkwolf Rager is a Garen who's one less mana, draws you a card, and doesn't take up a champion slot. Sure, you don't get the whole champion spell, which for Garen is Judgment, which is a good one, and the potential level up. But that's honestly fine. Not having to take up the champion slot is great. And a 4-mana 5/5 with regen is really, really strong. Like, holy crap, that is going to block a lot of stuff. And it's going to be hard to remove once it flips. And before it flips, it's kind of easy to remove. You give it vulnerable, you pull it in with a challenger, you use just removal like Get Excited, and you've removed it. Of course, like I said earlier, you're in Freljord, so Troll Chant and other such protection spells. How many protection spells do you want to try to use on this guy? That's up to you. It feels like he's intended to just slow down the game. You want to probably use a protection spell or two on him because he is going to refill your hand somewhat with the whole drawing a unit. Not sure I like drawing a unit though. Kind of wish it just said draw a card from the top of your deck instead of drawing a unit, because you know you could hit spells, do something cute with predict or something, but drawing a unit's fine. It's still card advantage, kind of cycling, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, yeah, Merkwolf Rager, good card. I like the card. I think there is some pretty decent stuff for it. Mediocre first form, great second half on the back. And there is some regen synergy too. Maybe Star Springs, like Braum Soraka Star Springs is mostly a meme, but could see play in that maybe. But yeah, I think this is more for like a beatdown style deck with Sejuani, like some kind of mid-range beatdown deck, where you're trying to curve out, and then you have like a decent board that you got through turns 1 through 3. You play this on 4, it draws you a card, maybe a Sejuani or something, Trundle, whatever, and then you go from there. So pretty solid card, just not too versatile. Now the next card, Mammoth Shaman. I'm not a fan of 6-mana cards. 6-mana and higher cards need to do a lot for me to like them. So what does the Mammoth Shaman do? 6-mana 4/4 Overwhelm. Okay, that's terrible for the cost. So what's it do? Round end, like the Merkwolf Shaman, he transforms. Transforms into Mammoth Rager. So what does the Mammoth Rager do? Let's take a look. Mammoth Rager is a 6-mana 6/6 Overwhelm that at the start of the round, grant me +2/+2. So the Shaman will transform at the end of the round into the Mammoth Rager, and then the round will start, and then the Rager will get +2/+2. So he'll start as a 6-mana 8/8, or I guess turn 7, he'll be an 8/8. That's good. Don't get me wrong. That is pretty powerful. Now, here's the issue. That's slow. That's really, really slow. But it's not that slow, and it does get out of control quickly by getting +2/+2 at the start of every round. And Overwhelm does end games quickly, so sure, you're playing a 6-mana 4/4. That's going to be a big tempo loss, and your opponent's going to try and take advantage of the tempo by going wide, maybe like throwing some burn at face, setting up lethal, or trying to set up a lot of damage. He's an okay blocker, and he does hit hard, and I mean, Sejuani Boat is kind of cute with him, but not that cute. So maybe like you can use this as the other 6 drop in your Sejuani deck. So like a Sejuani Gnar, Sejuani Udyr, mid-range beatdown deck. Maybe we can go and look at Overwhelm again. Basically put this card in your Overwhelm deck over Alpha Wildclaw, which does see play 6 mana 7/6 with Overwhelm. I would probably play this over Alpha Wildclaw in most of my Overwhelm decks. Maybe, I don't know. It's a high cost, but it's a high payoff, I'd say. Huge payoff. So, yeah, I don't know. I like him, but there's not too much to talk about here. It's just he's a big beat stick. There's not much going on. I do like the art. The art on the Rager looks really cute though, or really cool. I like it. It looks nice. But yeah, I don't know. There's just not much to talk about with it. Nice beatdown stuff, but for control decks, meh. Control decks, if they want to play any of these cards, I think maybe play Merkwolf Rager. Anyway, next card. Crimson Scryer. Okay, interesting. What is it? 2 mana 05. Okay, interesting stat line. When I survive damage, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. All right, so it's literally just Crimson Disciple in Freljord. Crimson Disciple is the 2 mana 2/3 Noxus card that says when I survive damage, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. So yeah, Crimson Disciple is not a terrible card, but not a great card. Like you'll see play in like Swain decks, maybe Vlad decks or Braum decks or something, but even then it's not that great. And this card's I don't know, I don't like this card. It feels like worse because if it blocks, it's not really even doing chip damage. Sure, like and I should say this, I guess, for everyone who's going to say it too. Formidable. If you give this guy Formidable, that's interesting. But there's only really one card that gives Formidable, the Architect. I think it's called like Durand Architect. Really, I just think this card is meant for Scargrounds. Maybe Gnar or Udyr will do something with Formidable, and this guy will want it. But I'm not too excited about this guy. There is that 5 health's a lot of health on 2. I will admit that. Like that is a lot of health, so I really feel like you need something else though. So like Scargrounds. That's it. Like this guy will be really scary with Scargrounds. You have a Scargrounds on the field, you put Bone Scryer, it gets pinged somehow, and now you have a 1/4 with Tough. That will, ping the enemy nexus every time it gets damaged. That seems strong, but that's a lot of work. You gotta first off play Scargrounds, get the Bone Scryer out, and then ping the Bone Scryer as well. So that's a lot of work, and that's really slow tempo. I feel like a lot of decks can just take advantage of that loss in tempo, that slow game plan you're going for, and just run you over. While control decks will just be like, "That's cool. I'll just vengeance it, or I'll just not care about it. It's not going to do much." But yeah, maybe there's something with Vlad and Braum and Scargrounds, but outside of that, I don't really see this card seeing play. Anyway, our last card for today. Arguably the best one, maybe the most impressive one or exciting one. Tusk Speaker. 2 mana 3/2. Very simple card. 2 mana 3/2. Already like the stat line, so it can block Fearsomes. Overwhelm. Okay. Solid stat line. Pretty good keyword. Overwhelm lets it possibly get in chip damage too for the Mammoth Rager, Mammoth Shaman, whatever, Merkwolf Shaman. So that's kind of cute. And then playability. Just play it, deal 1 to all nexuses. It says all too. So hints, maybe a hint at multiplayer 2v2, 4-man, 4-player free for all, possibly. But yeah, this guy, he wants to beat down. He's your I'm coming in, I'm gonna smack some people around. So I like it. Again, I've said it numerous times. Sejuani loves the card. Just gives you a +1 to the Sejuani level up. Lets your shamans flip as well. And a solid stat line. Just overall great. Now, besides all of that, is there anything else with this card? Not really. Control players won't play this card. They'd rather just play like Avarosan Sentry. Plunder might play it. I could see Plunder maybe playing this card. It's not terrible. So yeah, I don't know, maybe Overwhelm. Like, Overwhelm decks always seem like a Freljord, Shurima Overwhelm deck, like Sejuani Renekton maybe, and use this for just like early game and then a little extra burn to help level up the Sejuani as well. So I could see like some weird Freljord aggro Overwhelm deck alongside this mid-range deck they're trying to push out to us. So yeah, I like him. I really, really like him. And if you are attacking on the right in the right turn, I think you can actually get some nice curves too. If you attack on, say, odds, actually, he's great on both odds and evens. You attack on odds, you play him, you attack in on 1, and you play a 1-drop attack in on 1. On turn 2, when your opponent has the attack token, you play the Tusk Speaker, get another Plunder / Sejuani level up trigger. And then you attack in with this guy on 3, the Overwhelm will give you another potential Sejuani trigger level up. So that's cute. And then on evens, you play this guy on 2. And then, or even on 3, and then attack in on 4. Hopefully the Overwhelm gets some damage through, and then you can play the 4-mana Shaman. Seems interesting. But yeah, I like it. So it's pretty cool. Lots of Shaman stuff, and Udyr is pretty Shaman. I've seen some people say like it could be Volibear. I don't think this is going to be Volibear. Volibear is more of just Ursine, just bear stuff. Udyr is more Shaman and multiple animals, so I'm like 99% sure this is going to be Udyr. And most people I've seen think it's going to be Udyr too as well. But yeah, like I said, not going to be too long of a video. Not much to talk about here. Kind of curious what Udyr is going to be. Curious what like bear form, bird stance, whatever, phoenix stance, turtle stance, etc., are going to look like and how that's going to translate to the card game. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too excited for any of these cards for the decks I like to play, which are mostly control, but they do look powerful and they look strong in the archetypes that want them. And in all honesty, I am a little afraid of running into some of them, like Tusk Speaker and Mammoth Rager. Anyway, though, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your opinion on these decks, maybe what you think Udyr is going to do in the future. And if you guys just enjoyed the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. Always helps out the channel. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can go and subscribe to the channel as well. And if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Senaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all once more for watching this video. And until I see you guys in the next one, bye!